In those last few moments in the musical comedy theatre, before the orchestra strikes up the overture, the audience goes into a crescendo of its own. A wave of excitement and anticipation swells the chatter and laughter. The paper rattles in 100 chocolate boxes. For the last time, before the lights are dimmed, eyes scan the vivid cover design of the program. A beautiful girl holding before her eyes that very famous, very romantic Lilac Domino. The stage manager has signaled to the orchestra. The conductor raises his baton and... The fourth wall has vanished, and the audience sees in a blaze of light the luxurious lounge of an hotel in Palm Beach, Florida. A masquerade ball is in progress. The gay and wealthy Colonel Clevedon insists that the ladies don their masks, which makes the homely girls feel somewhat relieved, and the pretty girls somewhat daring. One of the prettiest, Leonie, is loved by the Colonel, but her heart belongs to the Colonel's penniless nephew, Ellison. An unspoken love, of course, because this is only Act 1. But what cannot be spoken can always be sung.
Why don't you speak? We are alone.
I feel a fatal fascination that frightens me, it draws me near.
Why so?
I can't explain this trepidation.
Because now what have you to fear?
Ole, 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 your words are on my ears so sadly. Hear me, I pray. I'd like to say my heart is palpitating madly.
Oh, now I think I understand. You want to ask me for my hand, and with no experience, of course you beg the confidence. True love will find a way, and when it comes we obey. All the hearts ruled by love beat the faster. All serve it, it is a master. The longer it is done, the stronger it will become. Deny it, defy it, you may. True love will find a way. True love will find a way.
Meanwhile, the gay throng continue to enjoy themselves dancing, flirting, drinking champagne, or playing baccarat, which in Palm Beach is as legal as darts, but much more popular. The domino party seems to be given by a handsome sprig of the nobility, the Honourable Andre d'Aubigny, who will shortly fall in love with the Colonel's daughter, Georgine. But at the present time, he's much too busy telling the gay throng about his escapades.
My life's been wild, still I stand by it, and I'll pay well for all that I've got. I've made mistakes, I'll not deny it, but tell me one of you who has not. A greater comedy of errors has not been acted by many men. My escapades were holy terrors, I'd live the same life over again. Many the things I should have done. If I'd turned back, I'd not do one. So let the music play away. Let us live from day to day. If you will play your whole life through, worry will not worry you. By all of us mistakes are made. By all of us the pipe is paid. When you must, then you will pay. Till your time comes, play away. Let us live from day to day. When you must, then you can pay. Till your time comes, play away. My life has been one round of pleasure, though much too gay by far to last. I'd give the future and the present for just one little hour of the past. By night for one long round of pleasure, though I would sometimes get into debt. Those sparkling nights were my great treasure. For all time's sake I can't quite forget many the things I should have done. If I turned back, I'd not do one. So let the music play away. Let us live from day to day. If you will play your whole life through, worry will not worry you. By all of us mistakes are made. By all of us the pipe is paid. When you must, then you will pay. Till your time comes, play away. Let us live from day to day. When you must, then you can pay. Till your time comes, play away.
Life is certainly très gay in Florida, perhaps too très gay, for the Colonel, who should know, has told his youthful daughter Georgine she must be home by 10. 2 hours ahead of Cinderella, says Georgine. That's absurd. I want life. I want love.
Let me stay, and I will not run away. I'm so seldom out at night, and I want to see the sights. I just long for dissipation, long to dance for hesitation, want to be where fun is brewing, want to see what homes are doing. There's so much I want to see, and I'm safe as safe can be, while you're chaperoning me. Love is waiting. I would wonder happiness seeking just one who will understand. Perhaps a mating I should ponder.
Then she goes on and says, I want champagne. So she drinks quite a lot of champagne, which is a bit tricky when you're wearing a Lilac Domino and mask. And when she is discovered by her daddy and young Elliston, whom she is supposed to marry, they don't know who she is, and she doesn't know where she is. So the guessing game begins in earnest.
Na, na,
she might be. Everyone says she's fancy free. She follows the crowd all about, dancing around, now in, now out. And as she goes merrily on her way, the gentlemen all say, tell me, Lilac Domino, where does your garden grow? All I seem to follow you as you flutter to and fro, and then like a butterfly quickly flutter by and go. And where you go, I must follow. Lilac, Lilac Domino. The Lilac Domino has admirers both great and small. Although they know not who she is, they follow her to rout and ball, and think her smile heavenly bliss. She gives a glance and leads the dance, and then like a fairy she flies away, and all cry in dismay. Tell me, Lilac Domino, where does your garden grow? Oh, I seem to follow you as you flutter to and fro, and then like a butterfly quickly flutter by and go. And where you go, I must follow. Lilac, Lilac Domino. Lilac Domino, where does your garden grow? All I seem to follow you and to follow to and go, and then like a butterfly quickly flutter by and go. And where you go, I must follow. Lilac, Lilac Domino.
The gay young girl in the Lilac Domino becomes a sensation. Who is she? What is she? And by the way, where is she? In a private room off the lounge, Georgine is sleeping. Not used to parties, not used to champagne. She's just a tired little girl. And as she lies sleeping, Andre finds her, and for the first time falls head over heels in love with the Lilac Domino. Resuming our story of the Lilac Domino, Andre has two gambler friends, Prosper and Norman, who live by their wits and are not very witty. Always broke, they decide that the only way out of their problems is for Andre to marry a rich girl and pay them a retainer out of the proceeds. Andre promises them that he will, and this puts Prosper and Norman, the cads, in a somewhat happier frame of mind.
You know, I'm right up against it, I can see. I mean, I've nothing but my IOU.
Well, don't turn to me for sympathy, Norman.
Why?
Because the income tax has got me too.
And they say that money talks. Believe me, I've heard none. I must be deaf. Yes, that's the catch.
If cigarettes were selling about a bob a ton, old man, you know I couldn't raise a match.
Things are bad, aren't they, old boy?
But still we smile, for luck will change after a while.
When you find you're down and out without a thing to smile about,
Just smile, a happy smile, and everyone will say,
he must be rich.
He is so gay.
you should worry what is spent when you don't have to spend a cent. Just smile and go your way.
Lovely notes, Prosper.
Yes, but not the sort we need, Norman.
Yeah. You know, when I'm after some good thing that I like, now, I really want to be quite frank.
You know, I never met a girl I'd like who doesn't talk about some yank.
Ridiculous. And another thing, I used to drink in comfort once. Of course, nowadays, that's all off.
But bars that people used to call saloons, Norman, you know they're nothing but a trough.
That's so, and I can't even attend the trough, old son.
Have you no money at all, Norman?
I'm as broke as a pickpocketed and nudist colony, old boy.
But still we smile, for luck will change after a while.
When you find you're down and out without a thing to smile about,
Just smile, a happy smile, and everyone will say,
he must be rich.
Ha! He is so gay.
you should worry what is spent when you can't get a flat to rent. Just smile and go your way.
From here on, Andre is colorblind to everything but Lilac and pursues Georgine to her father's mansion, where another party is in progress. This one for Leone, who hasn't been seen about much since the opening chorus. The Colonel still wants to marry Leone, and as he's worth $30 million, he shouldn't find it very difficult. But here's the catch. That penniless nephew of his, Leone loves him, and knows that deep down he loves her. But why, oh why doesn't the boy say something? Andre has no end of fun trying to identify the girl of the Lilac Domino. And like Prince Charming with his glass slipper, Andre has a clue. A fan of hers. Of course, he's the biggest fan she has, but this particular one came from Tiffany's and was heavily insured. And when she claims it, he knows that his search is ended. Here is your fan, Georgine, he says, and here is my heart.
What is done, you never, never can undo. Try as you may. What is gone, you cannot beckon back to you. It's far away. What is said, in time to come you may forgive, but not forget. In the memory all things live, and all you can do is regret.
What is done, you never, never can undo.
Try as you may.
What is gone, you cannot beckon back to you.
It's far away.
What is said, in time to come you may forgive.
But not forget. In the memory all things live, and all you can do is regret. You do.
I do.
You do, and the power of you is most divine. I love you, you must be mine. As a waste of time I declare, life of me has only started. Proud that we had met before. I have loved in days gone by. I have loved I cannot deny. And that love was felt and it was not like my love for you.
Fancy that. She's in love with him too. And so lights go up and the audience files slowly out into the busy street with a lilt of old and well-loved melodies on their lips. Behind them the doors quietly close for another night on the musical comedy theatre.